right, guys, this is what we're making today. It's so cute. The Key Fob Wallet by Sonar. Nicole, you did fantastic. I think it's an absolutely adorable little quick sew. Quick and easy if you do markets. So back here you have a little tiny little place for key or a couple coins. Then you open it up, you have a ID window and you have 2 credit card slots, and then also a place for some cash. And a magnetic snap. And a wristlet if you choose. Very cute. Go get the pattern. Let's get started. The Key Fob Wallet by Sonar. Hi everyone, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs. And I'm getting ready to do the kit that Kasaya gave at the Coosa Mountain Retreat and I didn't get to make. And it's a Sonar pattern called the Key Fob Wallet. It's a cutie little thing. Very, very cute. Now, you know, as you know, Nicole at Sonar uses mostly cork. I'm not sure I've ever seen her use anything else. I think she has, but anyway, this is what we're going to make it out of. This is vinyl. This is not cork. So this is some, I don't know where Kasai got this. It might be Love Lola. I am honestly not sure, but it's very nice. And so I want to make it. So that's what we're going to do. I'll go over all the pieces as we make it. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. Not much. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to take our long piece, and there's double-sided tape around the ID window. Kasaya, I'm going to take the tape off. Kasaya, let me make sure this fits good. Yeah. She gave us this piece, all cut out, ready to go. Now, if you've watched Nicole at Sonar for any length of time, you know she prefers glue over tape, which I get, you know, I really do. And the glues today dry so fast that, you know, there's nothing really wrong with using them. So, but I'm just going to use double-sided tape, and we're going to lay this down. The one thing you want to make sure is when you get it laid down, it's where you want it. Because if you get double-sided tape on your clear plastic, it's very hard to get it off. And I have a tiny corner hanging over there. Okay. Now we're going to stitch all the way around, and we're going to do a double stitch here on the top. So I'm using Caramel Tech 70, and I am going to pull this thread to the back. Let me start down here. There we go. So there isn't any back stitching. Just going to go all the way around first. Let me see. Yeah, that's fine. Let me pull this to the back. I'm using a stitch length of 4 for this. Okay, I'm going to hold those threads, pull this one to the back, and tie them off. And my threads are not the same length, so what do? I have to cut them to about the same length. Not a requirement, but it does make tying them off 100% easier. I'm just saying, at least for me. You do want to just check and make sure that you caught your ID window plastic. I did. And now we're going to do another kind of a false row of stitches across the top, and I'll pull that to the back as well. Oops. Okay. I mean, pulling threads to the back is really optional. I would encourage you to do it because it does really make your project so much nicer. I don't always do it either, but it really does make a difference on how things look in the end. So. Okay. Perfect. It's going to be hard to see, but there you go. All right, next. All right, so next we're going to do our two card slots. And with your ID window on this side to the right and your other end on the left, mark a line up from the bottom. I don't know if you can even see mine. And I put a little piece of tape here just to help me keep it where I want it. And that's where we're gonna put ours. And we're gonna line it up on this left side as good as we can. Nice and straight. And then we're gonna just do a tiny row of stitching there. It doesn't have to be all the way across. Your card slot isn't gonna go anywhere. And I am back stitching, this won't be seen. Then we're going to add our second card slot across the bottom. Nice and straight as we can. Okay, I caught myself. So before you put these on, just do a little faux top stitching. That's really helpful. That's what I did. It just makes it look nice. All right, so now that I have those on, we're gonna come down this right side and down. We're not gonna go across the bottom, and then we're gonna go back up and down. You're gonna wanna do a little back stitching because these card slots will be accessed here quite a bit. And again, if you're familiar with Nicole, she likes the angles on her stuff, which I think looks very nice, personally. So, I do like it. Then we're going to come on this edge, just not the bottom. That'll be done when we finish the bag, or the wallet. Perfect. I mean, this caramel thread goes really good with this. I'm so glad I decided. I was going to use another color. This is so much better. Okay, so that's what you have. So you have two card slots. Let me just test them. Always test your card slots. There's one. Perfect. Perfect. And I think she's made these big enough that you can put more than one card in as well. All right, so I'm gonna do my strap a little different. I still have the same strap that she has in the pattern. I mark down what she tells you to in the pattern. I put tape on both long edges, and we're gonna fold that up at that line. I'm really just eyeballing it. I am not going to fold all the way to the end. I want to leave my short ends open. And I'm going to go ahead and put my swivel clasp on, because the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to make one continuous loop. Okay, so it's pressed. Let's put our right sides together here. And I'm just going to sew a short 1/4 inch. A lot of people do their wristlet straps right now. You just have to remember to be sure and put your hardware on before you do this, okay? Then I'm going to trim my corners just to get rid of some bulk. Okay. And then we're going to fold our other long side in. And get the tape off. Okay. So that's what I have so far. Now we're going to fold this end in. And if you feel that your tape isn't holding, then just grab some clips. It really depends on the material that you're using, whether it's going to hold or not. This actually is holding pretty good. It's a little cumbersome, but it's so worth it because it looks so nice once you're done. Because there's no raw edge except on the long edge, and that's on the inside. Then we are going to sew down each long side. Okay, so that's what you have. It's beautiful. Okay, let's sew down each long side. And I'm going to start fairly close to my seam, and we are going to pull those threads to that side. I'm going to do the raw edge side first. And as you go, okay, so let's pull this to this side. And you'll have to move your swivel clasp as you go out of the way. Okay, hold on to your threads so we know which one to pull. And pull that to the inside, and then we'll tie it off. Is this absolutely required? No. Does it look better? Yes. Number one, there's no raw edge where you put your rivet. And there's no knots on the outside. Okay, so that's what it looks there. So there's no knot there, it's on the inside. I love it. I'm gonna start about the same spot and we're gonna do the other long edge. Pull that thread to the inside. Hold on to your threads. And pull that one to the inside. And tie those off. All right, now you see the knots are right here, and I'm folding this so that those are hidden, and I'm going to put a rivet just right here to keep it together. Okay, so we're ready to do our tab, and I'm going to use a rivet magnetic snap. So I just marked where it goes, and I'm going to do all my top stitching first, and I did add a piece of Decaville Heavy in between here. So we're going to do our top stitching first. We'll start at the top, back stitch, I'm just doing an 1/8 inch top stitch, Now, if there's any unevenness, I would clean it up now. I have just a tiniest little bit. I mean, barely. Okay. Now I'm going to make my hole for this part of my snap. And this is going to be the male portion of my snap. I'm just picking the best side to be on the top. These are the gold snaps that I sell. They go with this pretty good. There we go. Let me go press that. All right, so for this section, you need your zipper pouch piece, your zipper with your zipper pull on, and your 2 zipper ends. So what we want to end up with is our zipper, the exact same size as our little zipper pocket. And these pieces match exactly. So this is going to go on each end, right on the end of the zipper. Okay, so I have a little piece of tape here, and mine matches perfectly, so I'm just putting it on the end. Now we're going to sew on the inside, top stitch 1/8 of an inch on the inside. On both ends. Okay. So that's what you should have. Now we're going to fold this back and we're going to trim our zipper. Drop that on the floor. And just so it's about 1/4 to 1/8 from where we just stitched. So just like that. You don't want any extra back there, giving us extra bulk. Okay. Now, whenever you trim a zipper, burn it without burning your fingers. Okay. So that's what you have. Isn't that's just the tiniest little zipper you've ever seen? So our zipper pocket, put some tape across the straight edge, and with your zipper pull on the left, we're going to attach this right below our zipper. And top stitch. And you just want to make sure it's nice and even. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to top stitch. It does help to have a zipper foot on for this little guy. Okay, so that's what you have so far. Isn't that the cutest little thing you've ever seen? All right, so now we need all of these 3 pieces. So from your pattern, you should mark underneath your ID window where the female portion of your snap goes, and then there is also a line here where your tab goes. I'm gonna first do this piece, if I can find my hole punch. and make the hole for my snap. I also did put a piece of Decaville back there. Okay. So this goes right side up. Oh, and that didn't get there, so let's put another hole there. Okay, so that's just like that. Let me go press it. Okay, so there's our snap. Take your tab that you created, put a little piece of double-sided tape here, and we're gonna add it right on that line from the pattern piece. And you just wanna make sure it's centered, so, maybe not. Take the time to get it centered. That's pretty good. Then you're going to take your zipper, put a piece of tape up here, take the tape off, and we're going to lay that down right on top, right sides together, on top of where that tab went, and it should match from side to side. So she calls it creating a little sandwich, so that's what you have. Then when we pull this back, we'll have secured our tab and we've created our little zipper pocket. So we're going to stitch that together. Making sure my zipper pull stays out of the way. Okay. I've never made this before. It's very cute. Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? Wow. All right, next. Okay, so then flip your little coin pouch down, and we're gonna sew on these angled edges across the bottom and back up. You're not going to sew the sides yet. Just make sure it's nice and even on the sides. Very ingenious. All right, now we're going to take our last piece and we are going to lay this where she tells you to in the pattern, but it's creating a lining per se. And she says to use glue. I'm going to use some double-sided tape. I'm going to use some double-sided tape. I don't want to get too close to the edges because you'll make your needle get gooey. Okay. Then I'm going to put a couple 1-inch pieces down the center. Glue might be easier for you, then I would certainly do that. Okay. Then we're going to take all that paper off. That's what I said. And we're going to lay that wrong sides together on this piece. Okay. line up your sides. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to bring this over, and I have a little piece of Decaville Heavy that is a little bit in the way, so I'm going to trim that off. There we go. We're going to fold the ID window down, and we're going to fold our credit card slots down. Oh my goodness, how cute in the world is this? You just want to make sure that your sides are nice and aligned. And they are pretty much, yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how cute this is. That is adorable. All right, so because I'm using a little D-ring, you want to place it in between your layers and just make sure it stays on there pretty straight. Just like that. So now we're going to top stitch down both long edges. So I'm going to do this side first, and you're going to back stitch. And I'm doing it from the outside. That's what I want to look the best. We'll see how it should. Mine are exactly lined up. Should be fine, which it is. Okay, good. And then I'm going to do it from the inside on this one. Be careful though, because your magnetic snap is going to want to adhere to your metal plate. And then when I get up here to the top, I'm just going to hold my little D-ring where it needs to be, nice and straight. Perfection. This is the cutest little thing, honestly. Okay. Way to go, Nicole. This is adorable. I'm just finding all my little threads. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? All right, hold on. You guys, this is the cutest little wallet. It's a Key Fob Wallet, that's what she calls it. You have a the tiniest little zipper pocket, just enough for maybe a key or a few coins. And you have 2 credit card slots, which I think you can put probably a total of 2 each. Then you have your ID window, and then you have a place here for some cash. This is so cute. Again, another quick and easy thing. If you do craft fairs, this is cute and easy, and would, you know, you can price it to sell. It's a scrap buster. It doesn't take much, but look at that. You can have cash, you can have your key, you can have, and you don't have to do the wristlet if you don't want to. You can leave that off totally. very cute. Now you can see there's quite a bit of wiggle room there, so if it gets full, there's plenty of room to grow. I actually probably would put mine down just a hair more, but it's, you know, you never know how much stuff you're gonna throw in here. My wallets tend to get very full. The Key Fob Wallet by Sonar. Absolutely adorable. I'll link the pattern link in the description below. Easy. So now this is my first ever, so it did take me longer than probably my second or subsequent ones will, but that's just normal. Let me get that little thread. Grab and go. You don't want to take your whole purse into the store. You'll have your ID, a credit card, maybe some cash, and you can put it on your wrist. I'm not a big fan of wristlets myself. I just think it's in the way, and this thing is so small, you can hold on to it and hold other things if you want to, but that's my opinion. I know some people really do like them, but look at this, absolutely adorable. Thank you, Nicole. What a great pattern. Go get it and make one.